My good man, in this ice sky, a reincarnated as general of the demon lord, who is stronger than him, fell in love with the priestess of the heroes group. What craziness is this, my good man, and I'll tell you that it's quite tasty to watch. So if you'd like to stay until the end, and let's go to the video. The heroes group arrives at the demon king's castle, and everyone is determined to defeat him. The black mage says that she studied a lot the abilities of the demon king and his lackeys, and is sure that Yuga, the hero, can win. Yuga declares that everyone will manage, and they prepare to face the lackeys. They advance and reach the first great obstacle, are reincarnated as general of the demon lord, who is aware that the humans are there to send his king to F. But it is a pity because they will have to defeat him to reach this, and the black mage uses fire magic that does nothing against the general Yuki because it is very weak. The power of the heroes group does not seem like anything special, and the swordsman comes to try his luck, but is pushed far away. Then the white mage Cecilia gives support to the hero Yuga, who uses his Excalibur, but is stopped by the endless darkness of Yoki, and the whole group takes damage and is defeated. Yoki is using magic to heal them, and when he puts his eyes on Cecilia, he falls in love at first sight. This is going to go bad, and she is totally his type. His subordinates appear and give Yoki a scare, who told him to stay hidden, but as the fight ended, they came out. They find it strange that he stays standing looking at the humans. He even looked like a pervert. The demons want to send them to F right away, but Yoki says to throw them in the nearest human village that is at the end of the road. They think this is a drag, and Yoki will get scolded again for not killing the humans. Yoki gets sad to say goodbye to his angel. Then a month passes, and one of the generals says that the heroes group does not give up and always comes back to challenge Yoki, and this happened 13 times. Zakir, all smiling, says that if they do not defeat someone like Yoki, there is no way they can scare anyone. That said, the Demon King does not understand why Yoki does not kill them at once, and this is because they are so insignificant that they do not even deserve death. The Lord says that he will give the order for Yoki's subordinates to finish off the humans, but Yoki knows that they have no chance against these humans and also does not want anything to happen with his beloved. So he says that he will take care of the message. Going away, Yoki thinks that he can no longer spare the life of the heroes group because their life will be in danger this way. He is so strong that it is not even fun, and the heroes group does have power to finish off the Demon King. And while the demons continue advancing, the world will be dominated by the Demon King at once. Yoki will give away next time. The heroes arrive for another round, and Yuga and Raven make a combined attack that Yoki blocks easily and sends them flying to the wall with darkness magic. Cecilia goes to heal them, and Makaina continues the attack, but this lousy fire magic does nothing, even if it catches him by surprise. Yoki appreciates the beauty of his beloved and laughs like a crazy person, incorporating the role of villain, saying that the humans will never get past him to begin with. Cecilia buffs Yuga, who attacks with his sacred sword Excalibur, which seems to do something, but in reality it was a very trash attack. He is not capable of defeating Yoki. But the heroes never give up and have to defeat the Demon King. Then Yoki says that if they leave the Priestess behind, the three can advance. Yuga does not accept leaving a companion behind, but Makaina, cunning, says that they must accept the proposal. However, Yuga refuses, but Makaina says that if the demon wanted, they would have died in the first attempt, so they need to accept the offer. But Yuga says that he didn't do it.
So shut up, woman.
Makaina says that it is worth more to save the world than a priestess. Then Cecilia says to leave her behind and follow, because she will be fine. Yuga says that he will defeat the Demon King and come back to save her. Now with Yoki alone with her, Cecilia wants to know why he wanted her there. The boy is all embarrassed to talk about it. Cecilia may not have power to defeat him, but she will fight until the end against evil. She uses Sacred Laser, which Yoki dodges easily, and then he introduces himself, but it makes no sense for enemies to do that. Yoki says that he will not do any harm to Cecilia. If not, he would have done it in their first meeting. She wants to know what the general wants, and Yoki declares his love and asks her to date him. Cecilia is in shock and refuses respectfully. Now Yoki wants to go to base. All depressive, and Cecilia thinks this is a trick and is about to attack, but does not understand why the bad creature does not react. And Yoki says that nothing else is worth it and does not care about going to F. And he is speaking very seriously. Even if he lives, he can only stay in this boring castle. He can only leave if it is to destroy human cities and villages and do evil. But Yoki does not desire this. However, Cecilia does not believe that any demon has feelings like that, because the Demon King wants to destroy and rule humanity. Yoki then reveals that he is a human from another world that reincarnated as a general of the Demon Lord. Cecilia does not understand this, and Yoki simplifies, saying that he is human on the inside. Then she wants to know why he obeys the Demon King. Yoki could defeat him if he wanted, but by doing that he would become the next Demon King, and this is something that Yoki does not desire. Then there came a moment that he decided to give up everything and hand it over to God. But then Cecilia appears, his love, that gave light to his life again. He even drew her from being so in love that he is. That is why nothing else matters to Yoki. However, Cecilia says the opposite. With his power, Yoki can help many people, and it is not too late. So Cecilia asks for Yoki to come with her to the outside world. With that, the heroes return to the kingdom of Clarinet after defeating the Demon King. The king gives all his graces and declares in his name a 3-day holiday in celebration of this historic moment. A moment of peace without equal, and all the people praise and glorify. Yoki looks at everything from far away in the forest and soon will go to the capital where Cecilia lives. Now he will take off the horn to pass as a human. The heroes go on the carnival car with a chocobo, taking them and receiving the praises of the whole kingdom. Makina, all stuck to Yuga, says that they finally managed, but for Yuga the best is that they were able to save the world and that it was all thanks to Cecilia. Makina seems to have a little envy of her. Yoki arrives at the Adventurers Guild, all changed, wanting to enter, and the receptionist is lazy to attend, but takes the form for Yoki so he can register in the guild and has to agree with the terms that if he goes to F because of a mission, the guild will not bear any responsibility. Yoki signs calmly. After all the guy is broken, there's no way to die easily. The receptionist hands him the rank F card, and through missions and requests, he goes rising until reaching rank S. However, it takes some time for a person to leave rank F to E, around 1 month. The receptionist says that it is good for Yoki not to lose this card, especially in these 3 days that there is a holiday because of the Heroes Festival and all the guild employees went to celebrate. The guy is called Clayman and wishes good luck to Yoki. The demon general does a job and earns well for the first day of service. He thinks that as he advances in rank and manages to have a calm life, he will declare himself again to his love, Cecilia. And the guy is committed to succeeding in this mission. Now the other adventurers are chatting about the rookie who went up from rank F to D in 1 week. That indeed is being a prodigy. Yoki goes to deliver his other jobs, but Clayman does not want service and gets angry. Then asks who he is, because it is not normal for a common adventurer to go from rank F to D in 1 week. Yoki thinks that he went too far in the climb, but Clayman says that he investigated and did not find anything illegitimate in Yoki's promotion. That said, a hooded girl arrives saying to cancel Yoki's mission and reveals herself to be Cecilia. Clayman wants to know what she wants, but nobody can hear that the heroine is there. Then Cecilia asks Yoki to go with her to her house to talk better. Yoki is very happy that he is going to the house of his beloved and surprised as well. Arriving, one of the guards sees Yoki getting out of the carriage and points a spear at him, wanting to know what a guy is doing in the carriage of Lady Cecilia of the Aquaring family. The other stops him and Cecilia arrives to defend her friend. This guard there is too jealous and envious. He would not get anything with the girl anyway. Inside the mansion, Cecilia asks for apologies because she wanted to go see him much earlier. For Yoki it is fine, since he was enjoying his new life of adventures. He was surprised that she found him, and Cecilia says that it was easy because there was a lot of gossip about a rookie adventurer who went up from rank F to D in the blink of an eye. However, she asks for Yoki to no longer be an adventurer and explains the reason. Even if the demon lord has been defeated, this does not end other threats. Yoki understands, since monsters and other demons are still around. Cecilia says that it is more than that, it is the war between human kingdoms for supreme power. The signs are already appearing, such as the hero Yuga receiving marriage proposals from several countries. Yoki cannot stand this little popular Yuga. Cecilia says that the kingdoms offer fame, status, and riches to various talented people in order to recruit forces capable of fighting in the war. And Yoki, who is evolving at an incredible speed, can soon reach rank S. And with that, several countries will want to recruit him for their armies, including the Kingdom of Clarineth, and if Yoki by accident reveals his powers of darkness, he can be used as a great weapon or worse, be seen as an enemy by this country and be hunted and sent to F. Because of that, Cecilia wants Yoki to lie low for now, but the guy has to pay the bills and have somewhere to live. So Cecilia says that she would hire him and pay him a salary, but knows that she cannot offer an offer worthy of a rank S that he is. But she will do what is within her reach to help. Then she begs him to accept her idea. Then Yoki starts his theater, saying that everything is fine, because never that any young lady that appears would make him forget his beloved Cecilia, because he only has eyes for her. Cecilia finds this funny, and Yoki realizes that he did again that habit that he had on Earth. Cecilia thanks him and says that there is no problem for him to continue in the Adventurers Guild. Yoki says that he will be more discreet from now on. That said, Cecilia's mother arrives, Cecilia awkwarding together with her maid Sophia. Yoki is nervous to meet her and introduces himself formally. Celia apologizes for her guard having been rude at the entrance, but Yoki says that this is not something that deserves an apology. Celia feels relieved and says that Sophia will give the guard a scare to reward Yoki. Yoki does not believe that the maid will manage to give a good scolding to the house guard. But then Sophia asks how many bones she can break, and Celia says that it is up to her. Cecilia is already nervous with this crooked talk of her mother and wants her to leave soon. Then Celia apologizes and asks Sophia to leave them alone. The mother asks if the daughter already talked about an important subject, which is the countless marriage proposals that she received, including from Yuga. Yoki goes crazy with this. He does not want the famous little Yuga, who has the princess and several women wanting him, to meddle in his love with Cecilia. Cecilia asks the guy to calm down because she refused all the marriage proposals. Celia notices that Yoki likes her daughter, then sits close to him and asks if he wants to marry her. Yoki freezes and does not know what to say, and when looking at Cecilia says no. He will only ask her out again when he has a worthy life as an adventurer. Celia understands and says that he passed the test. She would never hand over her daughter like that on a silver platter, because she does not want a weirdo to marry Cecilia. Celia asks him to get along well with her daughter, and Yoki thanks a lot. Outside, Cecilia says that her mother liked him a lot and asks if something bothers him. Yoki says that it is her family and wants to make a request to be able to call her by her name. Cecilia allows it and wants to call him Yoki as well, and this leaves the boy happy as can be. My good man. This ice guy I liked. Even though the genre has been saturated for a long time, I liked this first episode. It is quite tasty to watch and fun. If you think the same, comment there Yoki is weird and leave your like for more videos of this anime. Subscribe and activate the little bell to not miss anything, and look at the description for more recaps of the season. Thanks for the support as always, and bye. Yoki faces a cockatrice that attacks him in every way, but goes a Vasco with one blow and manages to do the mission of getting the feathers of the beast. Playman said it would take more than a week, but for Yoki, it took only one day. It's easy to be overpowered, right? That said, his demon companions attack him, and Yoki defends himself and reveals that it's him, the captain. Then they chill and stop. They thought he was a common adventurer. Yoki is happy that Happiness, Duke, and Sheik were saved, but Duke is mad because he didn't know where Yoki was after the Demon Lord went to F. They thought he had gone to base. They want to know why Yoki is disguised as a human. Yoki asks for calm, and Sheik says that Duke was the one who was most worried about the captain. Then Yoki explains that he confessed his love to the Priestess of the Heroes group, but was rejected on the spot. And now he is a human adventurer and tells his subordinates to live however they want from now on. Then they decide that they want to follow their captain and meet the person for whom he is in love. He says that it won't roll because they are not humans to be walking around out there. However, they say that they can disguise themselves since it is easy. Then Yoki tells them to prepare for everything. The group goes to Cecilia, who already scolds Yoki for having ripped off the wings of the harpy Happiness. Yoki asks for forgiveness and says that he was an idiot. Cecilia drinks a tea with Duke and Yoki and knows that they are former subordinates of the Proto, but they don't look like demons. Duke is a Dullahan, Happiness a harpy, and Sheik a pixie. Duke would even remove his head to prove it, but now it is glued with the helmet and the armor. Yoki says that Duke talks too much for a sensible demon, and before he was more quiet. Duke reveals that this is the captain's fault and that before he didn't like him, because he was famous for being reclusive. Even Yoki's superior, Zahir, who gave orders for him to go out and attack humans. He was treated with that Yoki theater, so he got tired of talking with Yoki. Then they threw Yoki into solitary and left him there until Duke arrived and tried to correct his behavior, but was defeated so many times that he started to like him and followed him forever. Yoki for sure has a lot of respect among his subordinates, although sometimes it doesn't seem like it. Happiness and Sheik disappeared in this huge mansion, and Yoki gets worried that Celia and other people of the house discover that they are demons, because it can go bad. They look for the missing ones and find Sheik sleeping on Celia's lap. Yoki says that he is a friend of his and apologizes if Sheik caused problems. Celia is chill, since she likes children and saw that the kid was running from here to there. Got tired and slept on her lap. Cecilia wants to know where the girl is. She went with Sophia and is dressed as a maid. The people find her, and Sophia says that Happiness is the new maid of the house. But Cecilia says that it is a mistake, since she is a friend of Yoki. Sophia says that she thought Happiness was the new maid who had arrived. Yoki tells them to go already, but Happiness really wants to work as a maid because she wants to have something to do and dedicate herself. So Sophia accepts and goes to show the maid's quarters. The people are going away, and Celia says that they can visit whenever they want. The MILF says that her daughter got very exhausted with so much work, then tells Yoki to take her for a walk on her day off. On the next day, Yoki is waiting for her, and Cecilia arrives by chocobo carriage with her casual outfit all beautiful. Yoki gets dumbfounded and doesn't know what to say. Cecilia put on glasses Superman style to disguise herself in the crowd. She doesn't want to cause a fuss for being the Priestess of the Heroes group. Being famous has its disadvantages, but still I wish I had the advantage of having her money in my bank account. Cecilia apologizes for having involved Yoki, but as if he is worried, what he really wants is to enjoy this date of theirs and make this a wonderful day for Cecilia. The two stroll through the commerce streets, and Cecilia sees a bunch of new cake at the pastry shop and says that they will have tea later too. They go to a flower shop, and Cecilia admires the beauties of the flowers. but Yoki admires her, and all her sweet way with the kitty, finding it very cute. They stop by a clothing store, and Cecilia tries on a red dress that drives Yoki crazy. Then they pass by a place to see some accessories for Cecilia, and then the most annoying character of this dump appears. Yuga notices Cecilia and almost ruins his and Mikana's disguise. The two go up to Cecilia like good group colleagues, but this hero is very inconvenient and invites her to stroll with him. Cecilia says that she is with a friend now, and it doesn't work. Yuga thinks he has already seen him, but doesn't really care and grabs Cecilia to enter the shop. Mikana is pissed with Yuga being a crazy animal for Cecilia, right when she managed to be alone with him. She tells Yoki that it's good he manages to get along well with Cecilia, for Yuga to give up on her once and for all. But she has doubts if he will manage with that ugly and common face. A woman, when she wants to be cruel, she knows how, right, my good one? That was crazy. She threw a paw at poor Yoki. Cecilia has already rejected Yuga several times, but the guy keeps pressing, and Mikana tries to stop him. Yoki is not going to lose to this pretty little face. Yoki steps in and wants to give a present to Cecilia to thank her for everything. Cecilia likes it, but the jealous Yuga also wants to participate and give something better to Cecilia. Yoki notices his attitude, then grabs a necklace that he finds beautiful and wants to give it to Cecilia. She liked it a lot. However, the idiot Yuga arrives with a huge and very extravagant thing, just because it is the most expensive item he thinks that Cecilia will want it. When he tries to put on Cecilia, everyone in the shop notices her, and the hero causes a huge commotion. Everyone runs away, and Yoki stays behind. Yoki then runs to find Cecilia, and on the way sees one of the heroes who killed the Demon King, being approached by several women in love. His name is Raven, a swordsman who is now commander of the knights. The guy doesn't let out a peep. Then Yak saves him by telling the girls that the hero is over there in the corner. Raven doesn't say anything even when he is alone with Yoki, who is already going to look for Cecilia, but he opens his mouth, and it seems that he doesn't like to talk because of his thin voice that doesn't match his body type. Yoki doesn't laugh at his voice like everyone already did, except Raven's mother and cousins, who also never laughed at his voice. With that, Raven wants to be friends with White Kai, since he was really nice. Yoki accepts it easily and remembers that he has to bail and says goodbye. Cecilia is worried that Yoki has already gone away. Then she finds an injured boy crying for his mother. She heals him and says that everything will be fine. That said, the great actor Yoki arrives and says that he will find the boy's mother even if he turns this whole world upside down. Cecilia thinks that this will only scare the child, but Yoki says that kids love this way of his. Then the kid starts laughing at Yoki getting scolded. Kind of it worked. The two look for the lost boy's mother, and Yoki says that Cecilia can already go home. But for her, it's fine. If someone discovers her again, she finds a way. Meanwhile, Yuga is looking for Cecilia, but Mikana says that they should go away, so there won't be more confusion like before, and that Cecilia must already be at home. Yuga, all sulky, worries about Cecilia more than Mikana and runs to look for her. Mikana gets very sad with this attitude of his. Yuga finds Cecilia, but Mikana is not by his side to see it. On the next day, Yoki finds out through Celia that Cecilia caught a cold due to the tiredness and the commotion that happened when they discovered her at the shop. Yoki blames himself, but nothing was his fault. The hero Yuga tried to take flowers and see Cecilia, but was barred so as not to worsen the girl's health. Sophia barred him and sent him away from the house. Celia says that Yoki can go see Cecilia. The girl says that she has to get ready first, but Sophia promises that she hid her teddy bear. The embarrassment increased about 200% for Cecilia. Yoki enters and found his beloved's room beautiful. Cecilia apologizes for him seeing her like that, but Yoki is the one who asks for forgiveness and knew that she was tired from so many duties, and on top of that, he made her walk all over the place. Cecilia accepts that and says that as an apology, he will have to accompany her on her next day off. The boy did well. He will have a new date with Cecilia and didn't even have to try very hard. The two laugh, but Cecilia starts coughing from so much effort. Then Sophia does a rear naked choke on Yoki and says not to speak loudly and kicks him out of the house. She thanks him for the visit of the day, and happiness closes the door in his face. On the way out, Yoki finds Raven all dressed up and they talk. Then Raven asks Yoki for love advice because he is in love with someone. As he doesn't have confidence in his voice, he thought that this girl he likes would laugh at him. But she was different and said that she was jealous of his beautiful voice. Yoki says that she is a good girl and that is why Raven fell in love. The swordsman wants to know what to do now. Yoki says that he needs to have confidence because he is tall and very handsome, besides being one of the heroes who saved the world. So there's nothing to lose if the girl already praised his voice. Yoki does as Jojo poses and tells the guy to take action and go for it. Raven thanks him and takes courage, then goes there to confess to the girl, and since he's going to Cecilia's house, it can only be her the so-called one. My good one, and now what is Yoki going to do? Everyone is in love with Cecilia. It's not for less. She is a good person and is full of qualities. Tell me there if you enjoyed the video by leaving your like and commenting Team Yoki. Subscribe and activate the little bell so you don't miss anything. Check the description for more recaps too, and thanks for the support as always, and bye.